Hey gang, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are going through all of the new plants that I acquired in March and how much I spent on them. This is like the first proper version of this video. I did January and February together this month. I'll have it linked at the end of this video if you are interested in seeing the first one in this series. But I'm basically tracking my spending on houseplants throughout the year. I'm also trying to track my spending on houseplanty things. I haven't done that well with that yet. I'm going to try and get a bit better as the year goes on. But before we get into it, can I just say that the plants that I acquired at the Another Plant Swap Bristol, this video, I've not put on this list yet. I do want to put it on the list because the list is plants in, so not necessarily just like plants I've spent money on, but the plants that have arrived into my collection in the month and the plants that have left my collection. And I've not written that in just yet. I will, and I'll show you that in another video I guess, but I haven't included those plants. I just want to film this video and I can't, my brain's not functioning very well, but I want to film this video and I know I've bought all of these plants. There's also some plants that I've spent money on that have not technically arrived yet, but I put them on this list because it was like the money that came out of my, like, I suppose February paycheck, like the money I had in March. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's just get to it. Let's dive straight into it. So the first plant that I brought this month was actually from IKEA, and it's this mini Phalaenopsis orchid. So it's got these really dark purpley blooms with like an orangey white kind of colouring to the centre. I really like the colour of the blooms. I liked the size of it. I would like to mount this onto like a piece of bark. Haven't yet done that. I have got some bark that I could mount it onto. That will be a future plant DIY, hopefully, that I do. So that was the first one. It was $7.99. The second plant was actually another orchid. This Phalaenopsis I got from Hillier Garden Centre. Me and Steve went on like a little weekend away at the beginning of March and I bought this plant whilst I was away there. I just thought these blooms were so pretty. There were so many of them. Like some of these weren't open at the time, and the leaves, it does need a drink, but the leaves were huge. Like, I was just kind of shocked by how big these leaves were. And when these blooms die off, I'm going to take the stake out and I would like to mount this one as well. And can you just imagine this like mounted on a wall and like the new bloom stalks coming out and just dangling as they do in nature? Because I mean, if you didn't know, orchids don't shoot their blooms up like this typically. They are epiphytes, so they grow on trees, and without a stake their blooms will just trail. They're beautiful. It's a really stunning way for a plant to bloom. So yeah, it was the big leaves that got me, but the blooms are beautiful too. Sorry, I forgot to say that orchid was $15.99. This next plant I got in a little plant shop in Wells. It was $28.99 and it's called an Alpinia variegata, which I think is part of the like ginger family. It's quite a big one. And I don't know, obviously there is variegated versions in there. It wasn't sold as like a variegated version, so I think it's just ones that have got variegation in them. I was really taken by like the growth pattern and this particular growth point down here with this really striking variegation. They've got like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's like little tiny fuzzy hairs on the edge of the leaf. It's really cute. But I need to actually pay this one some attention. I'm going to separate these two bigger bits and I'm actually going to take them into work and have them in my office because I feel like they'll just add to the jungly vibe I've got going on in there. And all of the smaller ones I'll pop together and put here somewhere. It got tangled in my hair. Yeah, I'll put all the smaller ones together and have it here, but I definitely need to give this guy some attention because I just haven't, and it's the end of March now. So next on the list was like, it was a bit of a random browsing Etsy order. And it doesn't really look like much. So I will throw in some photos of what it can look like. I did buy it because the bloom was so interesting, but also the leaves are fuzzy, which I'm also interested in. So this is the plant. It didn't ship very well. It got covered in just in the soil that it's in. This white speck here is not a mealybug, but it doesn't come off. I've tried getting it off so many times. It's not a mealybug. But it's a little leaved fuzzy plant with really funky flowers. It's called an Alsobia dianthiflora. This was £10 including the shipping. I think it was like £5 for the plant, £5 for the shipping almost. I think I regret the impulse purchase. I don't know, it could turn into a really beautiful plant. We've got hope. The next plants that I bought were from, it was a private seller on Instagram, and they're both Dioscorea. So I can't remember what the name of the first one is, and I currently do have it in this Tupperware, just keeping it at 100% humidity for now whilst it kind of gets over the shock of being shipped. But I will be reducing the humidity. I'll probably start doing that now actually. But apparently this particular Dioscorea is one that's not regularly offered in the UK, but I just love the heart-shaped leaves. I love the veining, and I don't know if it'll come across, but the stems are like a pinky purple. It's really, really pretty, really cute. And the sphagnum that it's growing in is alive, which is pretty cool. So there was this one, again, can't remember the name, but I'll put it on the screen. And this one, which is a Dioscorea Peru, which was a fresh cut. And I'm not seeing any roots just yet, but there is a new growth point. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you the plant. This is the leaves. So they're kind of longer. They're longer in shape, pretty pattern. Dioscorea Peru. For both of these, including shipping, it was 46, which feels like a lot sometimes for like not established plants, but I'm really excited, and I really hope it does better than the other Dioscorea that I bought. What was that called? The silvery one. It's gone. I don't know, but I do still want that one. Haven't repurchased just yet. Next up was an eBay purchase. So I was in a little bidding war right at the end for this particular plant, and it is a Cissus tuberosa. So this is what was listed on the eBay listing, along with a photo with the leaves, so I could see what the leaves were. I want it to grow new leaves so like badly, and it is one of those plants that like dies back in the winter time and then it'll regrow, but it's like a Cordex kind of plant, and I'm just having a moment with the weird Cordex style plants. I can't remember if I said how much I paid. £22, which I thought was pretty decent. The person who sold this actually lives like a 20-minute walk away from me, so he realised that after I won and paid, and he messaged me and just said, do you want me to drop it round now instead of shipping it? And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. So he did that, and when he did that, he actually gave me another little one. So I've got two. They're the same, but I'm really excited. I am going to pop them together. I can't wait for new growth, and just, yeah, like every time it shoots like new growth and then it dies back, like there'll be more of the kind of hardened growth. It's just so cool. It's such a weird little one, and it's, yeah, Cissus tuberosa. So I'm very excited to have that one. So this next one, I feel a little bit nervous about sharing it because I did import it and it didn't come with all of the proper documentation, so I don't, like, I wouldn't recommend. That's not good. We have these processes for a reason, so I'm not going to say where I got it from. It was an Etsy shop, but yeah, it's a Cissus quadrangularis, which I thought I'd bought last year, but it's not. I'm looking at it right now. Should I go and get it to compare it? I don't know. I'll get it in a minute. I'll get it now. Okay, so last year I bought 2 of these. I do still have the other one. It just fell out of the pot and it just needs to root some, it needs to grow some roots because it's rootless at the moment. This one probably needs a drink actually. But this is what I bought last year. So it's got 4 sides to it. So quadrangularis, yep. It's the leaves that didn't look like what I was expecting them to look like. Like, they're really cute and it's a funky shaped cissus, like I'm intrigued, but it wasn't what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I'm going to show you them next to each other. So obviously this one doesn't have leaves, but you can see, I'm hoping you can kind of see like the difference in the growth and the way it's shaped, like the colouring. I'm hoping you can see the difference. So I've got no idea what that is. I imagine it is a cissus, but I just don't think it's a Cissus quadrangularis. Cissus is a really hard word to say when you have a lisp. So this does look like a Cissus quadrangularis to me. The leaves, I really hope, look like the leaves that I'm showing you. But yeah, as I said, it didn't come with any paperwork. I've checked it over, there isn't any pests on it. I am a bit nervous that it might not be happy because it came into the UK pretty quickly, but then there was like a delay. It went to like the wrong sorting facility. It took ages for it to get to me. There was a squirrel on the balcony, literally. It's trying to get my attention. It wants me to put food out. It's like bouncing around and just looking at me. I'll put some food out in a bit. So yeah, £38 I paid for this, and if I'm honest, that was mostly the shipping. I think the plant itself was like under £10. But yeah, I'm really hopeful that it grows okay. These sections, this one's really wobbly. I might just take it off. This one looks a bit wrinkled. I have given it a drink since it arrived. Like, I don't know. I took a chance. It was risky. I don't know. I don't recommend doing it. But if this survives and it grows into the Cissus quadrangularis that I have wanted for literal years, I will be very happy. So yeah, Cissus quadrangularis. Okay, I've got one more plant to show you, and that is this gal. So this, I mean, they've labelled it a Calathea Black Magic, but I've also known it be called like the Calathea Velvet Jungle. I believe the botanical name is a Calathea Varshavskii. I know it's a W, but I don't think it's pronounced a W. I might be wrong. This is the really velvety one, and I probably won't be able to capture the velvet on camera, can I? It's stunning. It is such a beautiful plant. The undersides are particularly soft, and if you are somebody that likes soft textures and you like plants, you need it. You do need it in your collection. I have wanted this Calathea for ages, actually. I'd even say years, but I've been anxious to add Calathea into my collection again, just because I had them for ages and I did do quite well with them in terms of keeping them happy, but I got thrips real bad on all of my Calathea and like the orbifolia, like all of the kind of prayer plants at the time. I had thrips really bad, and I haven't added them into my collection again since kind of they all just died a horrible death. But I couldn't resist. It was £26 from B&Q. It did include the pot, which, like, back in the boho day, I would have loved, but I'm not feeling it at the moment. So I probably will transfer it into a black pot because that'll make it pop. But I love, no regrets. I love it so much. It's been pretty easy going so far. It has got, I haven't taken the tag off. There's so many like new shoots, which are also, oh my God, so soft. Like just, oh God, I love it. I love it. I have checked it over for pests repeatedly because I was really worried about it having like spider mites or thrips on it. There's been nothing crawling around. So I finally let it come out of isolation and come into the living room. And just, I mean, how stunning. How stunning. I absolutely love it. I think I said at the beginning, but I have spent £100 on plants that haven't actually arrived just yet. I'm hoping they'll arrive in April. I'll be really excited to share those plants with you. Obviously, I will do a video. It'll be an unboxing. It's like a half a collab with a planty company, which is quite exciting. So yeah, stick around if you're intrigued. I am, like I can't wait to see those plants. But those are all the plants I spent money on. As I've already said, I did go to the plant swap, so I have acquired plants that didn't cost me anything, and I have taken quite a lot of plants out of my collection, and I will document them into the book. I did take a couple of plants into work. I'm going to take the ginger relative into work, half into work I suppose. So yeah, there's been some comings and goings in March regarding my plant collection, but I'm pretty sure that was all the money I spent. I need to tot it up, don't I? Good God, here's the math. So, nope, I'm gonna use a calculator. Totting it all up, not including the 100 that I've spent on plants that haven't arrived yet, I've spent £195 on plants. Obviously, including the ones that haven't arrived yet, it's £295, which is quite a lot of money to spend on plants. I'm really feeling like I do need to like chill a little bit. I'm hoping to move this month. I am feeling a tad overwhelmed with my collection as it is currently, so like I definitely need to chill out. Again, not put myself on a plant ban, that's not gonna work, but I do need to chill out. What I haven't done, which I think I've also already said, is I haven't totted up all the money that I've spent on plant things. Like I've done my IKEA cabinet pegboard situation this month. I know I've been to Home Sense a couple of times this month and bought like some glass vessels. I've also been to the range and bought some pots. So that probably tots up to maybe up to like 130, maybe 150. So yeah, spent a lot of money on plants this month. This hobby does take a lot of money, and I bought I bought the tree fern fibre, which was like 22 quid. Okay, I need to get better at actually properly documenting these things, because I thought I'd remember, but I'm clearly not remembering it all. I will go off camera, I'll write down everything that I bought that I can remember and like find receipts and stuff. We'll get better at this. So I really do want to know. Also don't really want to know, but yeah, it's gotten really dark, the sun's gone in. If you've enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying this series, pop this emoji. Oh my God, the wind. If you're in the UK, can you tell what weekend I'm filming this video on? What was I saying? If you've enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed this series, please pop this emoji in the comments so that I know you've watched the whole thing and that you're really enjoying it, and that I should keep going with sharing how much money I'm spending with you. I feel like I want to take like bets. Will I spend more or less in April than I did in March? I'm kind of hoping it's less, not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.